Yesterday, I taught you about the dust of a snow and the composer of this poem is Robert Frost. The second poem, Fire and Ice, is also written by Robert Frost. As we know, Robert Frost is a well-known poet of the nature, as William Shakespeare in compare of the William Shakespeare. In this poem, he has written about the destruction of the nature. Destruction of the nature can be performed by different ways, and here he has already described about the fire and ice. Fire represents the anger, hatred, whereas ice represents the coldness. If there is extreme hot and there is extreme cold, there will be a destruction. There are so many ways that we are destructing our nature. And if we are destructing the nature, surely our world, our global world will come to an end with the extreme heat and ice, and so he has given so many examples from it. Now here, the first stanza of this poem, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. These are the views of the people, and this is all. And in compare with the poet, if the world will come to an end, probably with the extreme hotness as a fire, and some say due to extreme cold it will also perish. But according to the desire, according to the will of the poet, he prefers that the world will come to an end with the favor of fire. How it will? Now listen. Nature plays a different role in the universe. It gives us happiness and pleasure both. Now the men who are destructing the plants, we are deforesting to meet our requirement as our population is increasing. In this condition, we are disturbing the nature by cutting down the plants. As we know, plants are the very valuable force for the existence of the human beings as well as the living things on the earth. But to meet our requirement and selfishness, we are destroying the plants, and it will affect our nature. A time will come when the earth will become a bare place. There will be no plant, and the sun rays falls on it. It absorbed by the earth, and the hotness of the earth started growing. The time will come. The snow deposited on the poles will start melting with the hotness of the earth, and all the seaports of the world will come to an end. It will affect the nature by, according to the views of the poet, the coolness. We are facing different type of seasons. and in that season has different meanings, different work. It has been also described by the poet about the coolness, about the ice. Ice represents the coolness, whereas the fire represents the hatred, agni, according to the poet. If there will be no, if there will be no nature, if we are disturbing the nature, implant total earth, including the mountains and hills, will fully covered with this ice, and the climate will upset. The river becomes the river will be frozen. Sea cannot sail on this in the sea, on the sea, and it will destroy our nature. And this is the reason that the poet has described about the fire and what would be the effect of the hotness on the atmosphere. It has been described in the first stanza. In the second stanza of this poem, but if he had to perish twice, it means if the world has to come to an end twice, I think I know enough of it. According to the view of the poet, if the world will come to an end twice, he prefers, it means the poet prefers it will be caused by the human head, that is fire. To say that for the destruction eyes, it also great and would suffice. It means if the world it has to come to an end twice, he prefer first the fire. But he also prefers that ice is also a destructive thing. And it would be sufficient for the destruction of the human life. As you know, we are getting water from the mountains. So many holy rivers rises from the mountains. Due to the snowfall on the mountain, there is a sheet of ice, sheet of snow. The bottom part of the snow starts melting and comes in the form of river water. That gives the river water gives us life to the human. In different ways, in agriculture, for making other things, it plays an important role in the nature. So, ice and fire are both the important factors that can destruct the whole world. And so, we should try our best to control the deforestation and the ice also. Here, ice, where the ice is compared with the coolness of the human beings. Human beings plays a different role in the universe and make themselves impressive. So in the view of the poet, it is quite wrong. If there will be nothing in the world, what will happen? The earth will become completely naked and no living things will survive on the land. And so we have to see such type of activities here also. Now for the destruction of the world, so many scientists are inventing to prevent such type of activities performed by the human beings. And they are also inventing so many ways for its protection. The agnoic process of nature of the world may end, but it fully depends on the human being. The sun will be so hot that it will come to an end, it will burst, and the particles of the sun will fall on the ground and it will destroy the whole world. There is also a process of instruction about the ice. The ice will start frozen and the temperature becomes down and makes the climate freezing. As we know, on the North Pole and South Pole, on the North Pole and the South Pole, the sunday does not fall exactly. Some part of the pole is completely hidden as the bottom part of the globe. And there will be and you can see the water will freeze. And the water elements will not survive. They will perish due to the coolness of the climate. We cannot continue our journey through the steamer by sailing boats. There will be the ice frozen. On the frozen ice, a boat cannot sail ahead. And so it will also a cause of destruction for the nature as well as the human beings if there is a extreme coolness and there may be a ice. So this is the opinion of the poet that we should maintain ourselves, we should maintain the process of dealing with the nature. Nature is very important for the human beings as well as the living things, and so it should be cared by the human people very miserably for the selfishness, for our own selfishness, and to require the need, we are destructing the nature. And so it has been given a warning to the human beings not to disturb the nature, because it will cause a havoc among the human beings in the form of fire and ice. Now some questions. Do you think the world will come to an end? Next. Why are human beings Why are human beings succeeding?